way that it's being rolled out. A lot of the parents feel as if their children are not being prepared in such a way, or not getting the support that they need to be prepared to take the tests and to learn the things that they're expected to learn. And those are some of the things that we're going to talk about on Saturday. And although there have been other been other paperwork and other forums talking about this, parents are still in the dark about exactly what's going on with Common Core. So we hope to sort of lift the veil a little more to help parents get through this process.
Now, who could we expect to be in attendance to talk about Common Core and some of the other issues around education?
Well, we have representatives from the Department of Education, from the UFT, and from schools in Harlem, and educational advocates will be sitting on our panels.
Wow, great. I'm really excited about it. I know that I have another commitment as well, but I'm going to make sure that I come through
Thank you.
The early part of the forum.
Come through and have breakfast and stay for lunch. We will have breakfast and lunch, so that if you come, you don't have to leave and miss any of the good information that we're going to be giving.
Oh, it sounds great. And Harriet Tubman School is where it's all happening, right?
Exactly, in the auditorium on
one of my favorite places.
It's a great
Lots
space.
of great things happen
space.
at Harriet Tubman School. So they're also talking about one of the hot topics. You'll be talking about co-location, school choice, this whole charter school thing. And we know that there's been a big buzz around the city. Our mayor has come out around co-location and is not that pleased with having other schools inside public schools that have been deemed exclusive almost.
I think that the mayor and most of us believe in school choice for our kids. I think the problem comes when schools are co-located, and when charter schools are co-located with existing schools, and services are then stretched to the limit. And that's the problem that most people have. I know at Community Board 10, we believe it's in school choice, but we do not support co-location, because we don't believe that it's helpful to any child, the charter child or the regular public school child. You can't stretch resources and then have no child get anything that they need or everything that they need.
Well, one of my, I have an opinion about co-location, and I just really never felt like it was fair. To me, it was always as if, as if it's kind of exclusive. And I'll tell you, doing workshops in public schools, my organization does workshops in public schools. So we get a chance to move around in schools that have charter schools within them. And I know you didn't come to talk about the whole charter school issue. Folks can come to the forum on Saturday. But I have to say that I've seen some charter schools that make you forget that you're inside a public school building, and make you think that you were downtown somewhere or in another state, perhaps, because schools in Florida look good like that. Okay, but schools here don't look like the schools that are co-located in public school buildings. And I'll give you an example. There's a school on 120th Street. I went upstairs on some spare time in that school and noticed that the rooms were fully, newly carpeted. Every single thing in the room was brand new. From the walls, the floor, the doors. It almost looked like the windows were brand new. And it was beautiful. And it was the kind of environment that made me want to sit on the floor, do some circle learning, move around, look out the window, discover what's going on outside. I mean, it was that kind of environment that promotes learning.
Well,
and
that's also a big problem, because some of the charter schools are well funded. And so we have to ensure that not just charter school children, but also the regular public school children are getting everything that they need. We're happy that charter schools are being able to provide extra things for their students, but not at the expense of other kids, and not so that other kids feel as if they're less than or that they're missing out.
So, just as a teaser, I did that kind of as a teaser, so that folks will know that they can have this discussion.
Absolutely, because there will be a question and answer period. The moderator of the panel will only ask a couple of questions because we want to hear from the public. We want to hear from the community. We want to be able to answer the questions that the community answers. We want to ensure that the community has enough time to ask those questions and get those questions answered so that they leave with something tangible when they leave at the end of the day.
I think that's wonderful, because what we know is too often the voice of the parent is left out.
Absolutely.
Even though people say we want parent engagement, they use all of the proper language. And I've been in those rooms.
Absolutely.
And as soon as the parent is upset about something, they want to shut the parent down. No. Be quiet. We're going to have to ask you to step out in the hallway. We're going to ask that you hold that question till next time. And so the parent doesn't have a voice. Other parents watch that, and eventually we wind up with an empty parent meeting.
Well, this is going to be a first annual event. We hope to do this every year. So we want at Community Board 10 to ensure that the parents in the community do have a voice, and we hope that this is a first step.
I think that this is wonderful. Now, I'm really excited that they'll be talking about the role that the parents should play. And what can we expect in that? Give us, a little something. And you don't have to rush. You can take your time.
I believe that this is one of the most important panels because we can talk about special education and school choice, and we can talk about Common Core. But at the end of the day, the parent wants to know, I have all of this information. What can I do with it? How can I advocate for my child? Where can I go? The DOE is such a large structure. How can I make sure that my child, who's one of a million children, can get the services that he or she needs? And during that panel, we hope to answer some of those questions so that they can leave with some steps. If your child has an IEP, this is what you can do. If my child has this need, this is where you can go.
Okay, we're using language that maybe our common listener may not know, right? I understand what an IEP is, and you understand what an IEP is, but our listeners may not. So let's talk a little bit about that. What is an IEP?
It's an individual plan for a child who may have special needs, and it's
the individual educational plan.
Exactly. That if your child is struggling in any area, they give your child this plan that the teachers are supposed to follow to ensure your child gets the maximum help that he or she needs.
Great. And some folks seem to think that when a young person has an IEP, that there's something wrong with them.
No.
I would suggest, from being in schools, that almost everybody needs an individual educational plan.
Absolutely. It's not a label. It's just extra help.
And, it also takes into account how the student learns.
Because every child does not learn the same. Absolutely.
And every adult does not learn the same.
We all need a little help.
Oh, Lord, I know I do. And one of the things I look at is when I'm learning something new, particularly technology, it makes me nervous. My hands sweat.
Yes.
I get impatient. And it depends on the person that's teaching me how I'm able to absorb, and the way that they're teaching me, how I'm able to take that thing and use that information,
Absolutely.
That learning opportunity.
Absolutely. So if an educator has an idea of how the child learns, then that teacher can approach that child in a way that they know he or she will accept the information being given.
Absolutely. So parents will have a chance to engage in dialogue about the individual educational plan, because I find out a lot of parents think that, if my kid has a individual educational plan, something's wrong with my young person. No,
not at all.
Okay. And so they'll get a chance to ask more questions about how that assessment is made in terms of the student's learning, and will they be able to interact with some of the people on the panelists, like either after the meetings or during breaks, that kind of thing?
We've asked the panelists that after the panels are over that they remain behind for a period of time so that some of the parents can interact with them and continue to ask questions. Yes.
Now, will there be discussion about greater parent involvement, for example, the PTAs, the different committees that parents can be on. I know at one time there were a number of different committees that parents were able to participate.
Absolutely.
Or were supposed to be able to participate, I'll say that.
We have a dynamic parent advocate that's going to sit on that panel who can walk a parent through how to get involved on the committees and how to exactly get involved in the school, yes.
Okay, wonderful. And what about the parent who has not completed school his or herself that may be afraid to come to a forum like this because they feel like they're not worthy? What can we say to them to encourage the parent to come?
We can tell that parent that this is the place you can come and feel comfortable so that we can empower you to empower your children. We are a community service, Community Board 10. If you come to us, we'll show you how you can help your child with whatever problem that they have.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. We'll be back. I want to open up the phone line to callers who may have questions about this forum.
Sure.
Okay, and we just want to remind them we don't know every single thing about education, but what we do know is that this forum is happening. You can have an opportunity to ask questions, and we're going to have H also when we come back. H, we got a little music? We're having a problem with the internet? Okay, so we'll be back in a minute. We got to pay some bills, and we're going to make sure that you all have information. Get your pen and pencil or your iPad or wherever you keep your information because you're going to be writing down some information that you can share with the community. One is employment opportunities. We'll have a number of employment opportunities and activities that are happening around the community, and we want to make sure that you're able to share them, not just for you, but to share them with family members, friends, the young man who's sitting on the stoop and needs an internship, or the young brother who just had a baby and needs a job. We'll have job information. I think I have some intern information. I know I do. And a whole host of other information to share with you. So go and get a pen and a piece of paper so you can write this down. And we'll be right back with you.
Mic check, mic check.
Keep it locked on WHCR 90.3 FM.
Okay.
New York.
All in together now, we can make it better now. Come on, can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We rope it up,
Cause we know how to jump.
we roll it out,
Cause we know how to skate.
we'll cut it down,
Cause we know what to eat.
we'll swap it out.
We eat healthy stuff.
Just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your kids healthier. Search We Can online to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day. That's We Can. A message from the Ad Council, HHS, and NIH's We Can program.
Veterans have difficulty transitioning their military skills into civilian jobs. In New York City, an estimated 17,300 veterans are unemployed. Are you a veteran in desperate need of help? Do you want to take advantage of a life-changing opportunity? If so, the 369th Veterans Outreach Program is designed to assist veterans in Harlem and surrounding communities. Veteran services include resume preparation, interview workshops, access to interview attire, and reliable transportation. For more information, call the 369th Veterans Outreach Program at 646-533-9292.
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Take a deep breath in and let go of the time you and your son played basketball and you attempted to slam dunk. Or when you hit that piñata into your neighbor's yard. Let it go.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
So you like your music sometimes sweet and sometimes hot. Jazz, that is. Sweet jazz from Sugar Hill. Every Sunday from 8 p.m. until 10. Le Mans Jazz Break at 8. Right here on WHCR 90.3 FM. The voice of Harlem, where jazz lives.
You are a waste. A loser. Everyone hates you. Why don't you just stay in your car and keep driving? I'm serious. Drive until you run out of gas, then get out of your car and walk until you find someone who doesn't think you're dumber than bricks. Could take a while, but at least all that walking might burn a couple of calories.
You may not witness bullying like this every day. Your kids do. They want to help, but they don't know how. Visit stopbullying.gov to learn safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
We're back. You're listening to WHCR 90.3 FM. I'm your host, Aisha Sekou, and you're listening to Street Corner Resources Live. And I just want to welcome you back. I want to remind folks that there is a Spring into Health free health fair, and that's going to be at Toro College. And you can get your blood pressure screened, diabetes screening, BMI screening, bone marrow registration, HIV testing, hepatitis B/C testing, brown bag medication consultations, and a one-on-one discussion if needed. There will be free snacks provided, and that's all at Toro College of Osteopathic Medicine at 230 West 125th Street, New York, New York, across from the Apollo. And again, that's Friday. That's right. Friday. This is old. Anyway, that's Friday. That's at Toro College. Peace and blessings. If you hear about an opportunity here, let them know you heard it at WHCR 90.3 FM. And we're back. We're talking with Deborah Yates. She is the acting chair of the Education and Youth and Libraries Committee. And we're talking about the state of education uptown. Uptown meaning Harlem. And it's a symposium full of topics. And I want to say good morning again to you, Ms. Deborah Yates. And I'm happy to have you in studio.
Thank you for having me.
And now, one of the things we want to do is give parents an opportunity, or folks, community members, they can call in if they like. Our telephone number here is 212-650-6903. 212-650-6903. I'm having a moment this morning. Thank you, Kendra. Okay, 212-650-6903 is our call-in number. What's on your mind regarding education? We want to hear your thoughts, your concerns, and of course, we definitely want to see you at the forum on Saturday, April 12th itself. But we'd like to hear from you. Our telephone number here is 212-650-6903. Good morning. Welcome to Street Corner Resources Live. Who's on the line?
This is Johnny May. I used to say cool and DJ Loverboy.
Good morning, family. How are you?
We are blessed and highly favored.
That's
Welcome
right.
your guests. And I just wanted to tell you, I was going to wear my Street Corner Resources T-shirt to the Harlem Arts Alliance monthly meeting this morning.
Please do. Please do. Thank you. I want to start coming to that meeting. So, because it's on Monday mornings, but give everybody my hellos and everything, you know. I want to talk with you, Johnny May, real quick about education. You have a son that turned out very well. You know what I mean? And, you know, we all as parents had our bumps and bruises with our kids, and we had our own bumps and bruises as young people. But through the education system, what was one of your major, taking your child through the education system, that whole process, what was one of your major concerns?
One of my major concerns.
Right, with the education system, with the public school system.
Yeah, in the public school system, one of my major concerns is there didn't seem to be enough resources for parents to go through. You know, for instance, like if we were going through the special education or something like that, the parents would be just totally confused because if something incident had gone on with their kid at school in a class, and the kids was suspended or something, a parent wouldn't even know what to do because they're working. So, you know, but there are resources.
They wouldn't know.
Right. You can't even suspend a student that's in special ed.
Right.
Because they have needs, and they couldn't be suspended. They had to put them back in school and help them. But, you know, a lot of parents just didn't know certain things.
So you say parents knowing what to do in certain situations like suspension.
Yes, that was one of my biggest little pet peeves, because, you know, like, the first thing they want to do is suspend a little black boy.
Right.
A lot of them, you know, and they would just send the parents going crazy, you know, not knowing where to put them. It was just terrible. So,
and some parents have
helping young, especially the boys. They did the boys. Seemed to me like the system just did the boys terrible.
Well, you know, there are statistics, and I can't quote them verbatim, but there are statistics out that show that African American males were suspended at a greater rate than any other ethnicity in the public school system. So,
and I know that's true. And if you can't find, as a parent, if you can't find that one teacher, it may be one teacher that has that compassionate heart to help your child. And if you happen to find that one, you could change things around.
That's right.
Things could change around for your child and some other children.
That's right. And especially parent engagement, because I know that you were the kind of parent that was involved and knew what was going on and probably had questions about some things, but you knew how to make things work.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So I tell any parent to hang in there.
Great.
You know, you got to hang in there. You got to ask questions. If you don't ask, you won't know.
Right.
If you don't ask, everything will just be pushed over you. You won't know. If you don't ask, you won't know.
Well, one of the great things about Saturday, we're having the Community Board 10, the Committee on Education, is having a forum for parents and community members, anyone who wants to come. And they're going to be talking about what you just talked about.
Exactly.
You know, the things that parents find difficult, not knowing what to do in the case of a suspension. So I really, you know, appreciate your input, you answering my question, because you helped to support this upcoming event on Saturday, April 12th at Harriet Tubman School. I want to say something to you before you leave, Johnny May. You know I took you hostage now. One, TJ, this is just a little aside. We have some time. TJ has, he calls himself TJ Loverboy now. I used to call him T Breezy, and so I'm so used to that. I was watching one of his videos the other day, and I'm really, really proud of him. You know that. But he has this song, and I don't have a copy of it, so I'm really upset about that. And it's Live
Life?
Yeah, I don't have that in studio. I want to open up with that. If I had that right now, I would be playing it. Live, Love, Life. It's about living the good life.
Can you send it to your email right quick?
If he sends it through my email, we can pull up my email, right? We can pull up my email, and I think we'll be able to go off the air with it. You know what?
Email I got?
Yeah, we're going to try to go on air with it, because what's happening is that we have a problem with the internet. That's why I don't have music. But tell him this.
State-of-the-art, beautiful radio station you have over there.
Once in a while we. Once in a while we get a few glitches.
But I wanted to say one thing to you too. Yesterday, our Congressman Charles Ringel was the speaker at my church yesterday, Grace United Methodist Church, and I was in awe of his speech. You know, he was talking about he has had a bad day since he left the Army in 1950. It's because God has given him a gift to help people.
Now, this is Congressman Rangel?
He assured us that's exactly what he was doing. So any of these parents going through anything, if you're going through this district with Charles Brown Congressman, be sure to go talk to him. He told us we could get his office to help in anything.
Okay, so that's another option. is for parents to, one, attend this Saturday event on April 12th, and two, use the resources that they have. Right. That state building is full of resources. Sometimes I just go around and knock on doors and say good afternoon, and they say, well, Aisha, why are you here? I said, I just came to say hello, because I can, because they are elected officials, because our taxpaying dollars pay for them to be there.
That's what he's there for. That's
exactly.
God gave him. So what's your Gmail?
My Gmail is Street Corner Res, STREETCORNERRES, short for Street Corner Resources. Okay, at Gmail. So send it to me. And if I'm
in here trying not to make the radio make noise.
Yeah. Well,
we love you, Aisha.
We love you too, and tell TJ that to hit me up, because I need him to come and perform somewhere. You know, you know, the Reverend Sharpton is having the convention from the 9th to the 14th, and I'm doing the gun violence panel. I'm on the panel. I would love for TJ to be in the room.
Well, book him. He'll be there.
All righty. Much love. Peace and blessings. Have a great day. Okay, and I'll give TJ a call a little bit later. Let's see how we can get him to fit in some kind of way. Okay?
That's right. Thank you.
Yes. Don't forget the National Action Network Convention.
People like you, that one person. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
All right. I love you.
I love you more.
All right. Peace and blessings. All right, nothing like our community calling in. Johnny May is truly family to the WHCR family and to the Street Corner Resources family, and definitely to me. Johnny May is an actress, a wonderful woman, wonderful mother, and a big supporter of Street Corner Resources Live and Street Corner Resources, the organization. And I'm glad that, Deborah, that she gave input about being a parent and what that was like for her, trying to just figure out what to do with her son when there were suspensions and that kind of thing. So
I think she made some really good points. And when we were thinking about the special education panel, we thought about those exact things. And that's why we entitled it Special Education, What Parents Should Know, because we understand that there's still a lot of things parents don't know. They don't know how to navigate through the DOE when their child is in special education.
Absolutely. You know, I'm really excited about the State of Education Uptown panel, forum, symposium, whatever we want to call it. But I'm glad that it's happening, the State of Education Uptown. They're going to talk about special education, just in case folks just tuned in.
Sure.
What parents should know, which is what Johnny May was relating to.
Yes.
What is Common Core? The high stakes of testing effective for our community. Is school choice worth co-location? And they're going to talk about what school co-location is, because sometimes folks don't know, what this word co-location means. It just means that there's another school living inside your child's school.
Exactly.
Okay, so they're in the same location. They're located together, with. So we just want to be clear and make sure that you understand that what co-location is. So we're really excited. Antonia Bardone just stepped in studio. Good morning to you. We want to make sure she has a chair, Kendrell. Make her comfortable. We have a few jobs. I want to thank you, Deborah Yates. Do not move, because we do a picture at the end. Do not move. We have H with some jobs. I want to again say to you, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much
Deborah
for having
Yates.
me.
And if people are interested, do you have a number where they can call if they need to make a phone call? Okay, but we know that it's going to be at Harriet Tubman School, Saturday, April 12th. They can always go on nyc.gov, look for Community Board 10, and call that office, the Community Board 10 office. If I'm not mistaken, I think that number is 749?
Yes.
3102. No.
I don't.
Oh, 03. All right. nyc.gov. Community Board 10. All your community boards will be listed there. You'll see the activities of the community board as well, but you can also call the community board.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for coming. We don't know everything. We just give as much information as we can. Our internet's not working here, so we just have to do the best that we can. H is in studio. He's going to give us some jobs, and then Antonia, you're going to close us out with a little something, okay? All right, come on.
Good morning, Harlem, and this is your jobs courtesy of Street Corner Resources. Before I start, I just want to say that most of these jobs, if you go to nyc.gov, click on jobs, there's subheadings of different jobs, from maintenance to legal work to policy to social services. You just click on them and then all the jobs will be listed there, and you can apply online. The first one is they're looking for a community associate, basically just working with the community with different things. Qualification, you only need a high school graduation or equivalent, and at least 3 years of experience in community work. You see, when you come to panels and you work with organizations like Street Corner Resources, you actually get experienced, and that enables you to get a job. The job, it starts with $17.69 an hour, and then it goes up to $20.34. If you want to apply for that, the location is 42 Broadway, New York, New York. That address again is 42 Broadway, New York, New York. You can just go there, send them a resume and a cover letter, or you can go to nyc.gov and apply online. The second job we have is a city custodial assistant. This job pays a salary of $27,000 to $37,000 annually. Qualifications, there's no formal education or experience. You only need there's certain medical and physical requirements, because I assume it takes a lot of physical enactment in your job. If you want to apply for this job, nyc.gov, go to maintenance and operations, and you'll find a city custodial assistant right on there. The third job we have is a community associate.
I'm loving it.
Community associates. This salary again is $32,000 to $53,000 a year. Basically, just working with the community and different organizations. Qualifications include a high school graduation, and then again 3 years experience.
And the title of that position again is?
It's a community associate.
Wonderful. Let's go to the next position. All
one.
of those jobs were on nyc.gov. And one of the great things is that once we get our mobile unit, we will make all of this kind of information mobilely accessible in our community. We didn't get a chance to talk about that, but we did present before Community Board 10.
Right.
And these are some of the things that we'll be sharing.
So you just go to nyc.gov and you'll find them all. The next one, the second last one we have is apprentice inspector for highways. It pays a salary of $27,000 to $43,000. All you need is a high school diploma. That's it. Got a high school diploma. They're located on 55 Water Street in New York. So just go there, knock on the door, bring your resume and cover letter, and they will help you out there. The last one we have is another community associate. There's a lot of positions for community associates, and these jobs are paying $32,000 to $50,000 annually. And all you need is a high school diploma and some community experience. That's pretty. You can get that easy. You can even work with Street Corner Resources and volunteer here, and you'll get your community experience. I just want to remind folks that the National Action Network convention from April 9th to 14th.
Yes, I'm so excited.
9th of April, which is this Wednesday at 11:15 a.m. The Sheraton Hotel, 3rd floor, which is on 53rd Street. They will be having a panel on gun violence, and our own Aisha Sekou will be on that panel. You guys can discuss the different gun violence. We know in this country there was another shooting in Fort Hood, the Iraq vet, and there's so many shooting and there's so many problems with having guns in this country. So it's definitely a panel that you need to check out. And I just remember, folks, that on Friday at Toro College of Osteopathic Medicine, they're having a free health fair. You can go check your blood pressure, diabetes, BMI screening, bone marrow, HIV testing, hepatitis B, C, brown bag medication consultations. It's one-on-one discussion. So if you want to speak to anybody, go there Friday, March 21st.
It's done. That one's old.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My fault.
It's all right. We make mistakes. But you know what we have that is not a mistake? We have Antonia Badon in studio. I want to thank you, H. You
You're
have
welcome.
been excellent in your job researching. You're bringing, really strong employment and good information to the table. I love it. So you're great as an intern. We want Antonia. Take us out, Antonia, in our last few minutes. I just want to remind folks to be mindful, even if the mind is full, to do something great for someone else today. I'm Antonia Badon, your culture explorer. So I'm going to take you back to Harlem in the 1920s. Ooh, let me hurry along. I've been hearing some small talk about Harlem's leading art teacher, Augusta Savage. Her studio of arts and craft is right here at 239 West 135th Street. Word in Harlem is she's been commissioned by the World's Fair to create a huge sculpture. She's calling it Lift Every Voice and Sing. The Negro National Anthem? Sounds like an inspiration to me, 'cause it was James Weldon Johnson and his brother who wrote the song. Well, Scout's honor, a promise is a promise. She wants me to tell her what I think about her work. Well, by God, the sculpture is huge. Well, I kept my promise, and my final comment for her sculpture, she calls the harp. Ooh, she's one talented woman. So when you're walking past 135th Street, just check out 239 West 35th Street. Yes, that was Augusta Savage Studio of Art in Harlem. I'll be back again with Literary Walks and Talk through Harlem, your cultural explorer, Antonia Badon. All right. Thank you, Miss Badon, for that. And she can be reached if you're interested in having her come to a school near you or your child's school for performances about the Harlem Renaissance. She can be reached at AntoniaBadon.com. www.antoniabadon.com. It's a wrap for us. Be mindful even if the mind is full. Don't forget to take a young person and do something different with them today. Make their day. And let us know how that worked out for you. Again, big shout out to Harlem Renaissance High School. I'll be in the house in a few minutes. And I thank Deborah Yates, Antonia Badon, Kendrell Lawson, my intern, and my intern H for bringing the jobs. Peace and blessings. Have a great day and continue to do things in a great way. Peace. Aisha Sekou, Street Corner Resources Live.
There's hundreds of fun and simple things you and your family can do to live a healthier lifestyle. Here's 20 of them. Eat less, eat slower, eat smarter, eat your fruits and veggies. Stop eating before you're full. Up your fiber, lower your calories, get off the bus early, do some gardening, do jumping jacks, take the stairs, take one, not two, take on a new sport, take a long walk home, walk instead of drive, bend, stretch, reach for the stars, climb the monkey bars, skip the fudge bars. Search We Can online to find more ways you and your family can get healthy together. A message from the Ad Council, HHS, and NIH's We Can program.
Mic check, mic check.
Keep it locked on WHCR 90.3 FM.
Okay.
New York.
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Find a relaxed position to let go of the time you left your daughter's blouse in the dryer too long and it shrunk 4 sizes, or when you